How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Box, a little international break to get past, and I'm back here with Ali, season ticket holder for Crystal Palace.
Good to meet you, Turkish.
Welcome. If you want to know more from Ali, want to hear more from Ali, make sure you guys check out Pride of South London Fan TV. The link is in the description below. A lot of content there from Ali, and who knows, in the future we'll probably do some more stuff together. But welcome, Ali, to AFTV and Box to Box. How you feeling?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game on Monday. It's obviously going to be interesting with a Vieira connection. And
Yep.
I think as Palace fans, we've been itching for this international break to end because we had some frustrating results just before. We got 2 points out of 6 when really we should have won both games. We lost. Brighton had an equaliser in the last minute against us. Celebrated like they won the Champions League final. That's their ambition, bless them. But you know, then we had an unprecedented error really from our centre-back Anderson, who gifted it Leicester a goal, and we drew 2-2, and really we felt like we should have won that one as well. So we feel like we're playing well and the players are all embedding into Vieira's style, and it was frustrating to stop, and it'll be interesting to see how we start again.
Well, you mentioned Vieira. Listen, he's an Arsenal legend. We know all about him, and you know, you're roughly the same age as me, so as a player you've seen, you know, what he's done for Arsenal Football Club, what he achieved. As a manager so far, it was quite a big transition this summer. A lot of players out, obviously a manager out that's been a stable part of Palace for a little while.
Yeah.
How has he coped with the first 7 games? Because I know it's only been 1 win out of the lot, but like you said, there's a couple there that you should have won. And overall, are you happy with his first, introduction as a manager at Palace?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I had no expectations on Vieira. I didn't understand how people could be negative about the appointment or could be positive, because from his short managerial career, there wasn't a lot to go on.
What was the perception?
The perception from Palace fans was, let's give him a go. We'll always get behind the manager. You know, you've seen our fans will always get behind the team.
Yeah.
A little bit of shock, a little bit of disappointment because we've been in for Luciano Favre.
Yeah.
But once he's in, we'll get behind him. And I did a video on my own channel, Vieira, what to expect. And I looked into his managerial career, and there wasn't anything to be positive or negative about, really. I was kind of down the middle.
It's hard to judge it.
Yeah, he'd been at the academy at Man City. I think that's part of the reason he got the job, because we got good young players coming through, some Saha vibes in the academy. And then MLS, you can't really transfer that to the Premier League.
No.
And then Nice, his time at Nice was very tumultuous. He signed for a sporting director who then left and came back. He qualified for the Europa League. That doesn't get said about his time at Nice. Yeah. And then when he left, ultimately, he'll admit it didn't work out. There were mistakes that he says he's learnt from, but he left them at 9th. You know, that's not a Thierry Henry at Monaco. No disrespect, I know he's a legend of the club, but it didn't work out for Henry at Monaco, did it? So I was willing to give him a chance. And to be honest with you, where we are, 14th, when we've had Chelsea away, Liverpool away, we would have all taken that. But not just that, the way the players are bought into the style. Yeah. You know, we've had a massive transformation in style. We are used to having less than 40% possession. I know the Arsenal fans enjoyed us beating Tottenham 3-0. We had 60% possession that day. That is unprecedented against Roy. He's made more of an impact than I thought in this short time. And going into the season, I would have taken 11th to 15th as long as the style was progressing. But I'm now looking at it and thinking, there's no reason why we can't push for the top 10 here.
Yeah, and to be honest, we just done the warm-up, me, Cecil and James, and I was asked about Vieira's possible targets this season, and I said it might not necessarily be a league position, more so a style of play, a philosophy, something to trust, something to believe in moving forward, and you pretty much agree with that there. Looking at Arteta then, what's your opinions on Arteta so far at Arsenal? It's been about a year and a half now, a bit more.
I never understood the appointment in the first place. Yeah. For me, it was like appointing a more inexperienced Steve McLaren when McLaren went to Middlesbrough after being Alex Ferguson's assistant. He won the FA Cup, but then since then, let's be honest, it's been poor. But not just that, the style was poor. And as a Palace fan, listen, I know our clubs are very different, but I can relate to that feeling under Roy Hodgson, where you just don't quite believe in what's happening. And I think you as fans, you want to believe, but I don't think deep down you do. I think,
but like you said, you're trying to find it from
I think you scored
deep.
5 goals this season. Yeah. If we win, we can overtake you on goal difference. And it's not just the results, it's the style of play. I remember coming to the Emirates, 20 minutes, we were Wengerballed, 3-4, game over, crying. We still sang because we're Palace and we always sing. But I'm coming to this game, I think if we can get our foot in this game. And I did that sort of aura around Arsenal has gone. And for me, I don't see Arteta here this time next season. I think you as fans, the way I see it is you're going through the motions, you're turning up to the games, but you win against Tottenham, fantastic. trust the process, all of that. Then you go to Brighton and only have 42% possession.
Yeah.
It's like the end of a relationship. You know it's not quite working out. You want to believe in it, but you can't quite admit to yourself that it's over or other people. And secretly, you're on Tinder swiping right for Antonio Conte. So,
how far do you think Arsenal are off the top 4?
far. I think, no disrespect, but
That would include a new manager, I guess.
I think we were just talking before we went on air about Newcastle and the impact that's going to have.
Yeah.
Man City,
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Already.
I know United have had a couple of draws, but for me, the Everton result was a bit over-exaggerated in the media. I think Rafa Benitez did what Rafa Benitez did. I still think they'll be top 4.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you know, you've got other teams coming through as well. So I think you are quite far, although there was good signs in the Tottenham game, and I won't come in underestimating you, because Smith Rowe's a great player, Tierney's a great player, Saka's a great player. Listen, I hope Arteta can turn it around. He seems like a great guy, and anyone who can keep his hair, that still has my support. But I think I can't see you finishing top 4.
So from the conversation so far, I think it's evident that this game, Arsenal Palace Monday night, is very important for both managers. A frustrating couple of results for you guys pre-international break, and overall a positive start to Vieira's management at Palace. This one's a big one. Whereas at Arteta, we had 3 wins in a row, quelled by that Brighton 0-0, a poor performance, 40% possession, like you said. This is a big one for him. Either we kick on from that Brighton result and it looks like a good point, or we fall into that same trap and, you know, the lack of belief comes back again.
Yeah, I don't think this is a helpful game for Arteta, because the swing barometer on this game is massive. You win, you push towards the top 10, and you're capable of doing that. You've got some great players. You lose against an Arsenal legend. I hate to say it, but he is an Arsenal legend. The context and the narrative around that will be massive, and
easy to
I'm not
see.
going to say he's going to get sacked after the game, but it's going to put the pressure right back on him, and it's going to push you down the table. So this is a game I think he could have done without just after an international break.
How do you see it going?
It's really, really tough. I think we'll get in the game. That's the one thing. This will be a very different Palace to what Arsenal fans have used to be seeing in the last few seasons. We're not going to sit back. Vieira will have us on the front foot, pressing high. Conor Gallagher will be leading that. You know, Palace fans are universally behind the fact that Gallagher's been our player of the season so far, over Wilfried Zaha even. He will be at the heart of everything, and that's one story I'm looking forward to seeing, him and Smith Rowe, seeing 2 great young players come up at central midfielders, come up against each other. I personally, I feel that we can get in the game, but I think it will go. It could go either way. It's a very hard game to call.
So, as a key battle, which we like to talk about in warm-up, I mentioned Zaha against Tomiyasu.
Yes.
Do you look at Gallagher as potentially the key to it all, or Zaha is still the main attacking outlet, let's say?
Well, still the main attacking outlet.
Still who you look to,
What I would say on that, I've given Arteta some stick on this, but the one thing he has done is he's improved you, I think, defensively. And last season, I don't think I'd seen Arsenal ever lock down Zaha so much. He didn't get much joy in those games. I'm used to him a few years back. He had a lot of joy on Bellerin at the Emirates.
Mustafi,
the only way you could stop him was when Dozy rugby tackling him. So, but I think, you know, Tomiyasu looks like a good signing. Kieran Tierney is also a good fullback. Expect Wilfried Zaha to switch right and left. But then, you know, it's not just Wilfried Zaha anymore. Like you said, Conor Gallagher will be pivotal to it. A lot of our goals have come through him this season. You've got Michael Olise coming in, universally accepted as the best young player in the Championship last season. And of course, Edouard, who scored 2 beautiful goals against Tottenham on his debut. So I think there are more threats than you will be used to coming up against us.
Edouard's another one, to be honest, that I considered being a key battle, because obviously you look at Ben White and Gabriel, a very new partnership. A lot of questions about the transfer of Ben White, the cost of it and whatnot. And strikers like Edouard, as we've seen with Lukaku and Ivan Toney, it's going to be a test. Prediction time, Ali. You're going to stick your neck on the line?
Oh, good. I'm going to go 2-1 Palace. I think I quite fancy us. I feel like there's a story written here, and I don't think it's going to be a nice one for Arteta.
Pile the pressure on. 2-1, How do you see it going? You get the first goal, we come back in it, or?
I think you're definitely coming in. I mean, where I am a little bit worried is he's pushed the fullback Tyrick Mitchell much further forward, so that could leave space for someone like Saka. So I do think you'll get a goal, but I think we will keep going at it. We do not stop going at it all 90 minutes now under Vieira. And I think what will be interesting for me is, will Olise start? That's what Palace fans want.
Come in,
Within minutes of coming on against Leicester, he scored.
Had an impact, yeah.
But will he go for the more hard-working person on the right, like a Schlupp or a Jordan Ayew, who does, you know, people say he runs a lot, but he's got 1 goal and 40, you know. Forrest Gump ran a lot, he wasn't a professional footballer. So if we go, will he go for the hard-working person on the right and then bring Elise on to win it? I think he might. One thing I'd say about Vieira is he's quite measured, quite balanced.
Okay.
It won't be all out. He was never a De Boer. That was another lazy media narrative.
Yep.
He's quite measured, quite balanced. He'll want to get us in the game, and then he'll leave a few subs. I think he'll leave someone on the bench to come on and potentially change it. So perhaps a late winner for Palace, with the Palace fans going a bit mental.
Including
We're going to get battered now, I've said this, aren't we?
Yeah. I'm hesitant with predictions with Arsenal at the best of times, because it's literally that, a prediction out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And especially after following an international break and that 0-0 against Brighton. It's hard to... Do we get the Tottenham Arsenal or do we get the Brighton Arsenal? It's hard to predict, but I'm going to go with a win.
Yeah.
I said 2-0 on the warm-up. I'm going to stick with that, but I also mentioned I can see a 2-1, 3-1. I see goals.
I definitely think we will score. You know, I'm not overwhelmingly confident. This is a hard place to come, and you've got some great players like Smith Rowe and Saka, like I said. So I kind of feel like it could go either way. It could even be a score draw, but I just quite fancy us to edge it. But like you said, international break, how are we all going to come back? Saha's been away as well.
Yeah.
It depends who's going to come back fresh, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what it's about. So you're predicting 2-1.
Yep.
I'm going with 2-0. Let us know in the comments below what you guys are going with. Lineups, thoughts, all of that. Make sure you check out Ali, like I said, link in the description below for Pride of South London Fan TV. Look out for that. And Paddy, legend, but not on Monday night, please.